Hey, Rick Chappell here with DMCAagentservice.com, bringing you another DMCA video. So today we're taking a look at a recent Supreme Court challenge where a company tried to get the Supreme Court to take up a case on the DMCA well, one would imagine place limits on the DMCA. That's what they wanted the court to do, and the Supreme Court rejected the DMCA challenge. So the challenge involved the safe harbor provision of the DMCA. Just a quick reminder, that's found in Section 512C of the DMCA element of copyright law. And basically what it says is that a website or an app who allows users to upload content, so for instance, YouTube allowing people to upload videos, cannot be held liable for the content the user uploads if it constitutes copyright infringement. And so in the current case, Ventura Content Limited versus Motherless Inc. is the name of the case. It involved a pornography producer, Ventura Content, and a website, Motherless, run by Motherless Inc., that allowed users to upload images and video clips of pornography. And Ventura apparently kept seeing its content up on Motherless and was submitting DMCA takedown notices. Motherless would take the content down, but other people kept posting it, and Ventura got tired of it and basically decided to sue. And so there seems to have been two major allegations. One, that Motherless was not following the compliance process called out in the DMCA, and so they had waived the DMCA protections. And even if they were, that the DMCA safe harbor was fundamentally illegal, needed to be limited, needed to be changed because it made it very unfair to content producers. And so it went to trial, and the evidence showed that Motherless was in fact following all the compliance procedures. They were doing everything they were supposed to, as called out in the DMCA, and so that claim from Ventura failed. As for the constitutional issues and trying to limit the safe harbor or invalidate it, the trial court wasn't going anywhere near that and said no. So at that point, Ventura decided to appeal, and it went to the appellate level. And in the appellate level, they didn't have any luck there either. They got shut down on both counts. So the next step for them was to petition the Supreme Court to take up the case. And the goal there is to try to get the court to make some major change to the DMCA in one form or another. But the court really wasn't hearing it. The court rejected the DMCA challenge petition and said, no, we're not even going to look at this case. And so it suggests that the DMCA is currently configured, particularly the safe harbor provision, it's here to stay. It's not going to change, or at least the courts aren't going to change it for at least the next 5 to 10 years. It just doesn't seem like the kind of thing that the court's particularly interested in. Quite honestly, there are people who've tried to argue that it's a limitation on free speech. But I've yet to see any of the appellate courts or the Supreme Court show much interest in that argument. Now, is there any way that the DMCA can be changed in the future before the Supreme Court finally gets around to looking at it? And the answer is yes. If Congress was to take it up, they could amend the law, they could invalidate it, replace it with something else. And quite honestly, that would be the better option here from a legal standpoint, because this isn't really the kind of situation where you bring a lawsuit to change the law. This is something that, Congress created this law. It's based on a treaty, actually 2 treaties that were signed under WIPO, the World Intellectual Property Organization. And so it's really more something that should be dealt with at the congressional level. Now, if you've probably noticed, Congress doesn't really seem to have its act together in Washington, D.C. Our representatives are far more interested in trying to metaphorically and sometimes probably physically punch each other in the face than they are in actually getting things done. So one has to say with some confidence that the DMCA as we currently have it is pretty much what we're going to have at least the next decade, I would think. Maybe at some point in the future we'll see some changes to it. But we've had it for 20 years, and it looks like another 10 years is probably baked in. So I wouldn't expect many changes. If you love the DMCA, that's good news for you. If you hate it, well, don't know what to tell you. So anyways, that's it for today's video. If you're trying to comply with the DMCA and you need a DMCA agent, you can always talk to us at DMCAagentservice.com. So thanks for watching. Have yourself a good one.